Good morning, everyone, on this beautiful Sunday morning. It has dropped back down to be a little colder today, but it is by no means cold compared to some of y'all. Although it is 29 degrees at the moment. It says it feels like 21, so that's fairly cold anywhere, I guess. Good morning, Drummer 0701. You got more snow there, huh? I would love to see a picture of how much snow you have. There's a really cool site called ImageBB that lets you share pictures really easily. You just you don't have to sign up or anything. You just go to the page and upload a picture and grab the link and share it. Not sure if you're familiar with that site, but there it is. Snow is cool. I wish we got more of it. A little bit. I was happy we got it 3 times this year instead of just one, so that was nice. Everybody have a great Saturday. How did Saturday turn out for y'all? Turn out good? Mine was pretty uneventful. I did get to see my daughter, so that's always cool. Went out to eat with her, so that was nice. Let's see. Then I went to work last night, which was it's always joy, fun. I didn't have too awful much medical billing to do last night. I probably processed 20 records all night long. Only do that for 5 hours a night, so you figure 20 records, they all take about a minute apiece. So I worked about 20 minutes out of my 5-hour shift. So that's not bad, riding the clock. Helps pay for some of these nice knives I have. Speaking of which, I took a nice knife to work with me last night, and that was the Griffin Knife Company Scout F3.5. It is a big boy. Good morning, Doc Seuss. Hope you're doing well this morning. So yesterday, I learned that the blue that I got, the turquoise blue, will not cover the brown. It's just not dark enough. I tried multiple coats. I let it sit. So I had to go black with the scales, as you can see. The black did cover the brown, and they look fine. Yeah, I love this knife. Mirror polished edge on it, as you can see in the light there. Super good action, just about perfect for me. Just takes a little bit of a push and it just drops perfect. Front flipper works great. Cool knife. And then in my back pocket again, I had the milled Full 8. One thing about this one is that back button does work way better on this one than the smaller versions. I guess it's the angle to the dangle. Something about it though, it works every single time, whereas the smaller factor B4s, you have to give it a little bit of when you use that back button. But this one, you just barely push it, and it's got enough leverage to get it open. So that's what I had in my back pocket. What are y'all carrying today? Or are you carrying anything today? While I'm waiting on y'all to respond, I'm going to start reassembling this knife. course, I just dropped the back spacer. It's always nice. Which side goes where? What did I do? Did I not die the right side? I know I did. Wow, I'm a little slow. You have to forgive me. Alright, now I don't know how those screw on unless they just screw to the scales. Is there a... Well, let's try to figure this out here. Still carrying the Viper handy. That looks like a super comfortable little knife, so I bought a new fixed blade last night. I went back to my roots and I ordered a Amazon knife. It's been a long time since I've ordered an Amazon knife, but I found one that I liked, so I bought it. Now where does that go? Oh, I see, in the back. I ran across a budget Grow again, and Grow makes some super cool, nice little inexpensive fixed blades. The only problem in the past has been their blade steel. So when I found one with a 6+ inch blade with 154 cm steel that I could use a coupon on and get for $49, I jumped all over it. So I ordered a new, I will show you all the link to that momentarily. And I don't think I have that in there right. I think that I had that backwards. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. Yeah, that makes more sense with the lanyard hole. It also makes more sense with me getting this pin in there. I probably should have put this pin in there before I... Aha, there we go. Now we're good to go. Reassemble. What is this right here? Is that... Huh. Not sure what that is exactly. But that's all right. Let's see. This side goes on here. Somewhere. Wow. Yeah, I'm retarded. Ordered a Vosteed mini Psy-Up and Concept Reverie. I'm not sure what the Reverie is. We'll have to take a look at that one here in a second. Let me get these screws back in this puppy. Y'all talk amongst yourselves for a minute. Okay, that didn't go in right. Let's try that again. I had it slid up too far. Alright, that's better. Now we can put this on like so. And we can pick it up. Well, I just lost the pin. And the back spacer. If I didn't have bad luck, I wouldn't have any luck at all. No, that's not true. It's definitely not true. Alright. Let's try this again here. Now, that does have a D-shaped pivot. And the other side of the scales here does not have a D shape, so it shouldn't matter where that goes. But feels like it does. There we go. Everything kind of popped together. I love that feeling. My other little screwdriver here. Get the pivot in. We will look at that knife in just a moment, I promise. Need to get these two back screws in. so that that won't spin anymore. Well, I say that, but easier said than done, huh? Why is that not going in? Or maybe it's just spinning the entire insert. Yeah. I bet we can get it. That one didn't feel like it was going in either. Yeah, I must have dropped it. It must have fallen out. Well, let's go ahead and... How did that fall out? Oh, I got to take it back apart anyway, because I'm an idiot. I forgot to put the... You got to put the clip on this side of the scales before you assemble it. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Give me just a minute, and I'll finish this up. I promise. And yes, I did drop that piece somewhere. I don't know where, so that's not good. There's a magnet on that thing. Did it grab it? Nope, don't see it yet. Aha! It's down here at my feet. I wonder what was going on with that backspacer. I was like, that feels a little weird. Why is it spinning? All right. I know which version of the mini psyop did you get, drummer? Did you get the black and copper one? Is that the only version they have out right now? Or no, that was the White Mountain Knives exclusive version. What color did you get? Why am I having issues with this? There we go. All right, let's get this clip in. You got the carbon fiber version. That's awesome. This clip screw is almost stripped, so I have to be careful when putting it back together. All right, let's try this one last time. This will be the last time because I'm going to get it right this time. Come on, make that pop. Pop into place. Did not pop into place. Oh well. We will get it to pop into place. We'll go look at, I promise we'll look at it in just a second, buddy. Come on, pop into place. Nope. Yep. Maybe. There we go. It pulled itself into place. That action feels terrible. So I got it too tight. There we go. There's no rock. No lock rock. The black looks way better than the brown to me. I don't know about y'all, but that weird brown color just wasn't cutting it for me. So this black looks way cooler, in my opinion. Now that spacer, the pivot might be spinning because I don't feel it. There we go. Now I got that one tight. Now this one should tighten up. There we go. All put back together. Back to drop shut. Dangerous drop shut with the black dyed micarta instead of the brown. Tighten that up just a hair. Boom. There we go. Got her reassembled. All right, now we can go look at the... Yeah, thank you, Dr. Seuss. It does look pretty cool. It's pretty good. Compared to what it looked like with the other color. Let's see. Before we look at that new, let's see. Yeah, so it looks Way better than that color, in my opinion. So from that to that, wow, I had them laid in about the exact same place on the screen. That's pretty wild. We could tilt that one down a little bit. And black, much better, huh? That was crazy how close they were on the screen. Yeah, that brown was ugly. Like, I don't know. I like some browns, but that brown just doesn't do it for me. So there we go. I'm happy with that. So, what did we say we had here? It was a concept reverie. Front flipper, G10 and titanium. Let's see what we got here. Oh, wow, that's a cool looking little knife. I actually linked quite a few. What's up with this? Is that the lock? Wow, so on this side they matched it, but that's how you, is that how you, no, that's all milled in. It's a frame lock, huh? That's just a pattern. Okay, I got confused for a second. Yeah, the one you got the carp. Which one did you get? The black one of the Reverie. Um, or did you get one of the pretty ones? You might have got that one. I'm guessing if you went with carbon fiber on the other one, you might have got that one. Red G10. Okay, I don't see that. It must be a. These are all sold out. Let's see, red G10. See if it's on this page. So there's the brown micarta. I don't see a red G10. Is it a? Is it an exclusive somewhere? Let's see here. Black and red G. Aha. Wow. Does yours have a black blade like that? Is that the knife? I'm guessing so. That's a good price compared to the other site we were looking at. Oh, we were looking at concept site, so that's why. $50. Nice. Awesome. Nice score. So, really quick, let's see here. I posted a bunch of links in the Discord. And one of them was a concept that I liked. And which one of you guys posted this on Blade Binge? I know it had to be one of y'all. Who posted that? Doc Seuss, was that you? Posted that knife for sale on Blade Binge? I know it had to be one of y'all. It might have been Fuchs. I think I might have to blame Fuchs for that one. Can I make the, let's see, scale to inner bounds, Lauman and bounding box, stretch to bounds, scale to inner bounds, no bounds. Okay, no bounds makes it where it's crazy big. I don't know what's up with that. Blade Keeney. All right, so I don't know what I was trying to look at the scaling. Sorry, on this scale stretch to inner bounds. That's how I had it. I think fit to screen is how I probably should have it. All right, sorry, we'll go back. But I posted a ton of links, including I wanted to share before we get started. I've shared this site before. It's called My Vipon, and it is for promo codes for Amazon. So it's called myvipon.com, and it's free to use, free to sign up for. All you have to do is log in with your email, and then you can search for all kinds of things. And they have promo codes. So I was looking in the knife section last night, and I saw one of the magnetic wooden boards that you mount knives to that make really good. They're a really good way to organize your knives and to display them. Well, it says, so here's the code that I used. It'll let you request a code here. And it says this coupon code can be applied to all variations of this product. So I've got the link. I'm going to share it. But when you go here, they've got a 10-inch one and a 16-inch one. So the 16-inch one is $21.99. You apply this 30% coupon, and then you use the promo code, and it literally gets it down to $4.39 for a $22 magnetic acacia wood knife storage thing. This price is wrong right here, this $5.70. It literally gets it down to $4.39. So if we go back to Discord here, I've got the link in Discord, and I actually put it in the general chat also on Discord. But you can get this 16-inch version of this. If you go to the general tab, well, actually, I put it in the links. So if you go, you can get this $22 nice magnetic knife holder for $4.39. So grab you one. Then I put a bunch of stuff for the channel in here. And one of them was a link to a to a cool whatchamacallit concept that looked kind of like the one. So this is the Concept Knives. Sorry, I got to go back to Firefox now. This is the Concept Knives Integra flipper knife, frame lock. And it looked like a super cool little knife. Let's watch the video.
Designed by J.K. Knives. This is the, shall we say, most outlandish version that we have on the site now. But there are some slightly more subtle colorways going on as well. This is a full titanium frame lock handle with a sculpted pocket clip. The wild colors that you see on here, it's not Timascus, it's a heat and electrically applied finish. So it's kind of a random,
Still Addicted,
like a lightning strike pattern. I've heard people call this entropic. It's kind of got a bunch of different names.
Welcome, buddy.
It's very vivid, and I happen to think it goes beautifully with this Damascus blade. Normally, the wildest
Still Addicted. We looked at it yesterday, I believe.
But in this
video
case,
where he got on the call with...
This version is $220, or you can upgrade to M390 steel and a plain finished titanium handle for $239. But
yeah, so the M390 steel was the one that I was showing, but that looked like a cool little knife, and it kind of reminded me of the one you showed. Still Addicted. Were you here yesterday? Did you see when I played that video, or are you talking about a new video? Is it the same one where he got on the call with Whitty or whatever the guy's name is? Oh, he made a new one? No, I haven't seen that. Let's go look at it. Which brings up a little bit of drama. Oh, they're about an hour away from you? That's awesome, Doc Seuss. If I didn't have to pay their shipping cost, can you actually go there and pick up knives? Because if so, that'd be awesome. Still Addicted. Check out the... I had to go black with the micarta, but the Mystic looks way better in black than it did that brown, huh? I actually had the Reddit post where you could see the ugly brown, comparatively speaking. So there's what it did look like, and there's what it does look like. I think the black looks way better. I'm just not a fan of that brown color. Anyway, let's go check out that YouTube video for the drama. And I guess his name is Steve Kalari or something. Wondering what... It's a YouTube video, you said, not Instagram? So it's not on Instagram, it's on YouTube? Yeah, I don't see his YouTube page. Are you sure it was on YouTube? Or Instagram? Let's go to Instagram. Nope, that's the last one he posted on there, so it must be on YouTube, but was he on somebody else's channel? Under Steve's YouTube channel? Yeah, I couldn't see it. Is it What's the Point EDC? What is his? Erica SDC. I didn't spell his name right, I guess. Oh, I did. Steve Kalari. Do you know the name of his channel? Steve Kalari Custom Knives. Recently uploaded. Super Steel Steve. Okay. Yeah, he claimed he can... HRC. There we go. Sorry. I guess I'll subscribe for the drama.
All right, YouTube. So, the USA Made Blade situation. I did a live video on my Instagram last night, but I got up this morning to figure I'll do a video and put it on here in case there's not crossover. Okay. Where do I start? For starters, nothing. Okay. I'm a grown man. I do this. I'm a full-time knife maker. And I do this by choice. So nothing I say in this video is to be interpreted as, woe is me or feel bad for me or anything like that. I live a similar or the same life as probably everybody watching this video. There's little to no problems that I have that you don't have, and vice versa. I am not unique. I am not living in a tent or something like that. So none of this is meant to convey sympathy or anything like that. I just need to clear my name as being accused of being a scammer or that I've stolen anything. First off, when people say I stole money, stealing would be me taking money from Whitty without him knowing. I didn't steal anything. I was paid. Another thing that I think got misconstrued in his stream, I didn't watch it. I don't know. I hope he didn't say it. If he did, maybe he didn't understand. I don't know. I don't know how he couldn't, but I did not take money up front for the knives. it is less than 1% of the time I've ever taken money up front for any knives. In the rare occasion that somebody hits me up, it's a guy and he's like, hey man, you know, it's usually one of those like, I got the money now. I don't
We're
know
watching
if I'll have it
this
in a month when you're ready.
reaction video.
A lot of times it's like vet guys.
Fair use
vet
on
guys
YouTube.
prefer to pay up front, and I'll work with them on that. But 99.99% of the time, I take zero money up front. Okay, I never thought about taking money up front.
Man, this Mystic feels so good.
It just never seemed like something that was a good idea.
All
There's
right.
a lot of other makers still take a deposit and stuff like that.
All right, no money.
So I did not take. So this is the second thing. First thing is I didn't take the money up front.
Okay.
This was after the knives were completed.
We
So
got
when
it.
I had the knives, all I had left was some finish grinding.
But you burnt the
maker's mark,
blades.
sharpening,
Okay.
wrap them up, box them out. That is
Burnt
when
the
I
blades.
contacted Whitty for payment. He mailed me the check, got the check deposited. A few days later, when I got to the knives, maybe 2 or 3 days later, I got to the knives, got to start working on them. With these, we're all kitchen knives in Nitro V with very thin stock. When, particularly
Morning,
with
Sever
ABL
7.
and Nitro V, and especially when it's thin stock, the knives will warp. All steels will do this, but it's really bad with Nitro V and ABL. They'll warp while you're grinding them. A lot of times you can just kind of warp or grind the other side and straighten them out because it's an unevenness issue. Sometimes they just warp because they're stressing the steel. This is last year, so I didn't really understand stress relieving cycles and stuff like that I do now, so I was a much bigger problem. Anyway, when it warps like that, if I can't get it out, I take a carbide hammer and you can lightly tap it and straighten it back out, grind those tap marks out, we're good to go. When I went to straighten one of them, it broke right in half, which sucked.
Right.
What sucked more is when I looked at it, the grain was...
Because when he went to send the knives, he says he realized they were garbage.
After my nuts
We had to redo them.
my heart hit my nuts, I originally thought I was given the wrong steel because it had happened to a friend and knife maker
All
of
right,
mine.
excuses. You burnt the
Rock Valley
blades.
too, and it's going to be all blown to shit.
Right.
That's what I said last night. I was trying to be Billy Badass at that time. I was trying to grind knives and get stuff moving.
All right.
I had been doing a lot of high carbide stuff.
Okay.
I hit the
You burnt
first
the
preset,
blades.
turned the oven on, 2150
I got it.
max for like 15 minutes. I had them north of
All
20
right.
minutes. What took
We
me
don't-
a year to get to Whitty is those next 20 blades.
Okay.
A question a lot of people say, and I get where they're coming from, is they go, how are you going to keep making knives without going back and finishing Whitties?
Yeah. How
I,
did
like
you sell
most
a
people
bunch of other
watching
knives?
this, live paycheck to paycheck. Now, I don't get a paycheck. I live knife to knife. I've been doing this 2 years. At that time, 1 year, barely a year. So I make a knife gets sold, money comes in, bills go out, some materials are bought for the next project, and it rolls like that. I barely keep my head above water, like probably most people watching this.
No, I've got a savings
Me,
account.
I have to make knives to get paid. I have to make complete knives to get paid. The money for the knives that Whitty had paid me for that original 20 was taken, it's gone, it's spent. Rent gets paid, bills, materials on next project, gone. That money's not there anymore. Or what's left of it is a couple $100. I have to figure out a way to remake these knives. When someone says, why would you keep making other knives without finishing those first? There is no money or time to make those. It would be like, the example I gave would be
Okay,
like,
I get
if
all
you were
that.
$3,000 in debt, you need
We
to pay
get your
the debt
broke.
off. Well, you're like, I have to go to work to make the money to pay the debt off.
Right.
In my
We get that
business,
part.
it's to turn around
This
and
here?
buy all that. And it's not just,
All
is
right, come on.
a lot of time and work. I could make one knife per day. Like I could complete an entire knife in a day. That would be 20 days of work. If I took 20 days, there to pay
Okay.
bills and groceries.
Hearing
and
excuses.
Then I'm now 20 days behind, starting everything back up and street and blah, blah, blah. A lot of guys don't understand that me making other people's knives is me punching the clock. That's me getting
Okay.
paid. So when
Okay.
you go to work
No,
on Monday,
we get
by
it.
the time you get to Friday, all of last week's paycheck, a paycheck's coming from the 2 weeks
But
you worked
creating the
Friday.
tracking number
I have
that
to
didn't ever
constantly have
move.
knives being made in the pipeline, so I know that there's money coming in.
and saying that the
And that's
P.O.
through a
box
combination
people
of
told
custom
you
orders
that
and
the
drops.
box wouldn't fit, and then not contacting Whitty
So that's why when people, how do
tell
you
him
make
that.
75 knives for Blade Binge?
is trash.
That project started in September. It was a 6-month project, and Blade Binge did what nobody else has ever done. Blade Binge paid all the materials up front. I put none of my own money into that. They put all the materials up front because it was a massive. I mean, the carbon fiber alone on that project was $3,000 because it was camo carbon. So they put all that up front.
Okay.
I could never have done that. And I told them that. That's why they did it. There's no way I could afford that. Even come in one. Chris, nothing with his money had anything to do with Blade Binge, nor anything. Completely separate things.
Excuses?
I'm not taking Whitty's money. So I took Whitty's money and ran. I have nothing but a good reputation with any vendor I've ever worked with. I've never screwed or any customer. I've never screwed anybody
except
over.
for Whitty.
I've never taken a year to deliver knives. I've absolutely had setbacks.
Except for
I've
Whitty.
absolutely been
You
delayed
have done
on
that
stuff.
because now it's happened.
There were 2 guys in Germany that I had made 6 or 7 knives for. 2 of them I ended up finding cracks after the fact when they were completely done and ready to box up. It was when I was cleaning the buffing compound off the spine.
I thought he was the best with HRC in the game. Why is he finding all these
done a
cracks?
batch before.
All right, let's see what he.
My phone number's up. People know my name. Never hear anybody say I did anything other than right. And I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I'm snapping them, and I routinely fix those knives for people.
All right.
I don't know. Whitty made his case. He came on live with me. I still don't understand, with all the history that I have, why the assumption would be that I wouldn't complete the order. He demanded they be done by the 14th of February. They were done by the 14th of February. I sent him tracking. There was an issue with the postage office that said, the lady there said I could not ship the box was too big for a PO box, so I couldn't mail it. I said, okay, no problem. Took it back home. I'll put it in 2 boxes and I'll mail it later. And then I didn't get to it later before Whitty put his video out.
Ironically.
I should have. Hold on. Okay, I forgot to bring these out, so we'll do this.
Let's see these special knives.
Hold on. Here are the knives. They're the 20 knives. They were completed.
All right.
The knives were done. There was a lack of communication between me and Whitty.
Here we go. Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get through this.
I take full responsibility for fucking those knives up and how long it took me to make those. I wish I could have made them faster. Apparently he read all our text messages. I really thought over and over again I could have them done faster. I kept thinking I would have a big break where I would make enough money that month to where I could take a week or 2 off from making other people's knives and getting them done. I really, truly believe that. And it took that long. I had 14 of these done when he made that demand and gave me 2 weeks, I believe, to get the knives done. I will take responsibility. He says my communication was poor. If you heard his text messages, I was wide open with my communication. I will take responsibility and say that I'm a bad communicator.
But you're not taking responsibility.
If he had called me or texted me or anything when he said he realized that the tracking hadn't moved because I hadn't reboxed those, his fears for whatever reason would have been eased. To say that it seems scammy or to call me a scammer is horseshit. I have no record of ever screwing or scamming anybody ever. I also I've asked.
He's running scared now. He's seeing people are seeing his true attitude.
Why I would choose to scam or fuck over with.
He's afraid he's about to lose all his business.
There is none. There's no reason.
That's the only reason he made this video.
To burn that bridge that I worked so hard
Not
to get
because he's sorry. Not because he thinks he did anything wrong.
Again,
because he thinks he's about to lose his livelihood.
This entire thing happened. Those knives got fucked up, and how long it took me to replace those. It is 100%. And if you listen when he read our personal messages out loud, I've taken responsibility from it from day one. I've never blamed anyone but me.
But
never blamed
here
anyone
comes the but.
Me. But I am not a motherfucking scammer, and I am not a fucking thief. Never will be.
All right. I mean.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not. Never. I'm not even going to say what I want to say. The knives were made. They were done. They took a long time.
I would want to voice the fact that I'm not a scammer if I'm not a scammer also.
But I'm not a thief, and I'm
somebody
not a
called me a thief and a scammer. I would be pretty hot about it if I really didn't think that I admit. If I was lazy, bad communicator, shitty businessman, There's lots of things you can be
Ask
besides a
them
thief
about my
and a
reputation. There's a
scammer.
reason
But
I have a good reputation.
the
is because
tracking
I
number
put out
with
a
not
good product.
moving seems a
I
little
work really
scamish.
hard to put out a good product.
And he's got to see that.
This is a mistake on my part. Like I said,
that's the part he doesn't see, is that he can't understand why other people think it looks a little scammy. Like, I get it because he's involved personally, but if he was to stand to the side and take it from like some other person, if you made a tracking number and sent it to somebody and then the box just sat there, that sounds like scammy. Like, and if he can't see that, like, that's the main problem, is he can't see why people would think that looks scammy. And I get it. He's too close to see it. You know, he needs to step to the side. But just like I said, if I really felt in my heart that I wasn't a thief or a scammer, then I would, yes, he's an asshole for sure. And he's a douche, and I wouldn't ever be friends with the guy. I wouldn't like the guy. We would get into it the first night we hung out together. I guarantee you that, just because he's cocky and I don't like cocky. And so, but I don't doubt that he can probably make a lot better knives than I can, and makes good knives, and he's just a terrible business person. And the whole attitude about thinking that Whitty should keep calling him instead of him checking in periodically with Whitty saying, you know, I'm sorry I haven't got to those. I'm going to try to get to a couple this week or whatever. He just kept saying, well, if you owe me money, you're going to call me, right? Like, I don't know. That's the whole thing. It pissed me off. And the tracking number thing, that's scammy. Yeah, that's definitely scammy. And from the outside looking in, if he can't see why that looks scammy, and not telling him that the post office, now it sounds like to me after hearing this, that the place he tried to ship it from wouldn't even let him ship it because they said, oh, well, this won't go inside of a P.O. box. And so the fact that Whitty gets boxes bigger than that all the time and his post office will set stuff to the side for him had nothing to do with the place he was sending them from. So now that I hear this, it wasn't the place that he was sending it to. It was the place he was sending them from told him that the box was too big, and he just gave up. And so instead of saying, hey, man, I tried to drop that off at the post office, but they wouldn't take it, blah, 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 I'm going to put it in 2 boxes. I guess he thinks Whitty should have called him and asked about that. Like, when he was just, that's something he should have volunteered of. He's just, and this video is not making him look any better. Like, it just sounds like all again. I mean, he did accept responsibility a little bit, but
not once, not to Whitty and probably the message.
But he's trying to,
or a fucking thief.
But the scammer and thief thing is tearing him up because he's seeing all the comments.
Live last night, doesn't want the knives anymore, so I'm going to sell.
Hold on, what did you say?
That's the end of the situation. I spoke to Whitty, decided to jump on my live last night.
Okay.
Doesn't want the knives anymore, so I'm going to sell the knives and get him his money, which I would rather give him his money. Almost half of these are already sold, so a lot of people hit me up. Turns out a lot of people have, an IQ of above 80 and understand that.
All right.
I made a mistake and I tried to
so
fix
we're
it.
all idiots.
And that it takes a long time because people have no concept of it and I don't expect you to because you don't make knives. It takes a long fucking time to make 20 chef knives. I mean, 16 of those are full-size chef knives. There's only 4 of them that are small pairing. And all the people want to call them. I will never delete. The comment filters on all of my things are set to none. They're set for anything.
Okay.
I would never do that. No reputation of ever doing that. Really what it is people don't like me. There's a little tiny group of people that I live rent free in their heads, and that's who that bothered.
I wonder why.
Itching for me to slip. They got their chance, so make sure that they'll be destroyed.
All right, come on.
It took me 12 months or however long it took me to make these knives because I don't have the financial means to just stop. And the reason I made, but that's the situation. All
right.
It's now. Well, it's going to be resolved. These are going to be.
All right, so you're just excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. So this brings me into another topic. So let me just bring up a hypothetical really fast. And I want to see how y'all would react or respond or feel about this situation. So let's say that you had, let me see, how can I do this? Let's say that you had a YouTube channel, okay? And let's say that you had some people that came in and chatted in your comments, and at some point you decided to give away something to your subscribers. So maybe you picked some winners and you sent them something free. And then along that time during the comments, they said, "Oh, hey, I like that other thing sitting there. Would you mind if I buy that from you? Why don't you go ahead and send that to me too while you're sending the free thing that I won?" So you do that just on honor. And you send the free prize that the person won, and you send the extra thing that the person said they wanted to buy from you. And you tell them, just, pay me for that whenever. It's only $20, get me the money. That's fine. And then, so a week passes and you don't hear from this person, and you just send them a simple email saying, "Hey man, just checking in with you. Just want to make sure that you got those okay, and that they were delivered and you got them. Just let me know." Like, that's all you say. And then you just get ghosted. You don't get anything. Don't get any replies. Don't get nothing. How would you feel about that? Now, let's add on top of that the fact that the person might say, "Well, hey, I won't be able to pay you till the 1st. And you're not worried about that because it's only $20. So you're like, "That's fine, man, whatever, And then you keep trying to get a hold of them, and you happen to message them on Instagram, and you see that they see your message, so it shows seen. And they still don't respond to you. So how would that make you feel? Would it make you feel very trusting of people anymore? And or would you take it as a lesson learned and realize you probably shouldn't ever send anything before getting payment, and you probably shouldn't trust all the people that come in your comments? Just curious what y'all thought of that. And I don't know. I just hate when it's really doesn't even matter about the money. It's just a matter of getting a response, and I could care less, But when somebody themselves does something and they feel like, I guess they're not keeping their word, or they're not being what they said, and then they get all in their feelings, and it just compounds. And so they think that that's all that matters is that money. And it's really not just the keep in contact. "Hey man, how you doing?" Just making sure you got those okay. I don't care. It's not that I care. And, but it's just a lesson I've had to learn, I guess, recently because of this channel. And, it sucks because it hurts my feelings more than anything. I could care less about the money. And then you just start thinking about, and I try to take everybody's feelings into account. And I know I've been there, I've been that person. "Oh, I don't want to call so-and-so because I owe them money, and if I see them, that's all they're going to be worried about. They're not going to ask me how my mama's doing or how my family's doing. They don't really care," which they do. And a lot of times, I would care more just to know the person was okay. Yeah, I get it's not personal, but yeah, it kind of is, because because they think that all you care about is getting that $20 or the money they owe you, when really it's not a big deal. And that's not the point. I just wanted to make sure he got the knife okay. But now I haven't heard from him since I gave him the tracking number for the knife, and whatever. I sent another knife, and anyway, I didn't really want to air this out, but it's just been bothering me all night. And it's not been bothering me at all, but I hate that he hasn't been in here talking with us more than anything. I could care less, I'd rather him come back and talk with us and be a knife bro than yeah, I mean, there's certain people I get a feel for better than others, and I guess, I really didn't care because it was $20. If it would have been more, I would have, it is what it is. But he didn't necessarily ruin it because I learned a long time ago, how people really are. And so it's not like a lesson I've just automatic. Now I've learned, yeah, you never know what other people are going through too. And that's why I try to, I'm not trying to like air him out and like make him feel bad, but just want to make him realize that there's people care about other things than just money, and him being part of the community is more important to me than the $20, and dodging me because of the $20 it just sucks. Like, and I wished him well and told him, I hated it was because of that, and it's silly, and maybe he'll come back and say, he could have, so I'm not like saying outright that he just like trying to screw me. I'm not trying to get that point across at all. I don't want you to think that. And I'm not trying to like talk shit about him. I'm just voicing, something that we all go through. Yeah, just be honest. Just let people know. It's the same. It's just happened with, it's just the same kind of thing. Like him not making those knives just kind of kept compounding, and he didn't want to contact Whitty because he didn't have anything to send him, and he wasn't doing his part right, and he was feeling bad about it, so it all just kept building up. And that's the same way I get. Like when I get in my depression, I get depressed, and then it just keeps snowballing, and you just keep not doing stuff, because one thing just makes you feel another way about another thing, and it just keeps snowballing. Man, I really like this black micarta. There's a couple of places where it's kind of shinier where I sanded it, and I guess that'll all like kind of wear in. So I'm not worried about but just the color overall, I'm really digging it. As the oils soak in, it'll. Oh, and that reminds me. Okay, I'll go back on the knife topic. Sorry, I didn't mean to get into all that, but I got my little sheets of titanium that I ordered that I showed y'all that you can buy to test on. So these were like $2 a piece. And these are the 100 millimeter by 100 millimeter by 1 millimeter, I believe. And I got 5 of them for like $10, and they all came individually packaged. But these would be awesome to practice anodizing on. And these will also be awesome for me to practice doing the sticker anodizing on and doing the pictures on. Because I can do a picture and I can sand it back off and do another picture and sand it back off and do another picture. I haven't touched these, and you can see how scuffed up they are already. So don't buy these thinking you're not going to have to like sand them to finish them. But just to show you really quickly, I don't know what kind of sandpaper this is. This is 1000, but these little scratches will come right out. So I don't know if you can see, but there were a couple of scratches right there. There's one right there that you can still see. And you'll see here in just a second, it'll go away. Like now it's gone. And these other ones over here that kind of look deep, they aren't really deep. They're more superficial. So just running some 1000 grit sandpaper over this for just a second will get it back to like super nice quality. So now you can see all those scratches are gone in those areas. That one that was right here and the bigger one that was over here. So you can get the surface back to super cool. And the same way, if this was anodized, that would have all just came off. Anodization, when you do electrolysis, is not very thick. So it doesn't take much sanding with 1000 or 1500 grit sandpaper to get it right off. And I could show you just super simple in a matter of seconds here. Let me see if I got a plug, and I'll just show you real quick. Let's see, plug on my power supply. I got an extension cord over here somewhere. Sorry, hold on. Oh, come on, extension cord. Be nice to me. All right. Plugged up. Power supply plugged up. A little bit of liquid. Cotton ball. My 2 leads to my power supply. All right. Whoops. Hold on. Right here. All right. 2 leads to the power supply. I'm gonna put the positive on the edge of the titanium right there. You see the positive? I'm gonna take the negative and put it on this cotton ball. I'll put the cotton ball in my solution water. Squeeze it out good. I'm gonna put the positive on the cotton ball, just like so. I'm gonna turn on my power supply. Have some water on there. It's set at 100 volts, so it'll go up to crazy colors, and we're just gonna touch it. And as you can see, we are anodizing. The longer I keep it in one spot, it'll keep going through the colors. I want to show you a thicker color, so we'll let that one get up a little higher. Get up to the greens maybe. So, as you can see, we just anodized that. So if that was your knife, it would be anodized. That's titanium ano, really quick, down and dirty. It'll take but a second to show you all that. Have a good one, Still Addicted. Put this water back out of the way. All right, so, whoa, there went my light. So let's say you had anodized a pattern or a picture or a color on one of your one of your knives, and you wanted to get it off. Like I said, this 1000 grit sandpaper will not take much elbow to get it back off. Now, since this is 1000 grit, and it's been used a ton of times, probably not the best example, but let me get a better part of the paper that's still got some actual stuff on it. And that other that line is mainly because of the wetness, but all the color now is gone off of that. That pattern is because I cleaned it. And if I kept sanding, it would all even out. Especially if I use some water. This is wet and dry paper, so I just took a little bit of water like this. And I would say I wouldn't try to use 1000 grit. I would use something a little 400 or 600 to like get the thick ano off. But as you can see, that ano came right off. And yes, you can still see where I touched it, but no colors. And you could sand all this back down and have it start over again. This is probably what all this will look like once I sand it to a certain point. Anyway, these little test things are super cool. Now, while we're here, let's go back to Firefox and look at some, let's go through some of these Discord links because I found some super cool knives I wanted to check out. These are a little bit more pricey than some, but these are the ones. These are what I like. This is my style knives. Most of these are. This is a Wee and a Gavco Epaulet. Super cool looking blade. Almost 3.5 inch blade. Bead blasted. Looks good when it's closed. I don't know what's up with the holes, and I don't know why they're blue. The back spacer's blue too. But that was the first one that I saw that caught my eye. Then the next one was, let's see, this Chavez that I didn't know existed, this integral. I mean, I did know it existed. It's the tack. But we had been talking about integrals, integral. And that's just your common Chavez. Looks like a lot of the other ones. Not all the other ones, but. Then I found this one that I liked, and this was the version I liked the best. Quinceris. Wee Knives Quinceris. Let's see. Then was the Mech Force Kilby Collab Shard Integral. I think that looks like a very good, very comfortable knife. It's a little pricey. The bead blasted, everything looks great bead blasted. It just kind of smooths out everything. I liked that one pretty well. Let's see. Next was a Bestex. And cool little looking knife with M390. Warncliffe. Again, bead blasted. 3.8 inch blade. So that's a big knife. Frame lock again. That's, looks super cool closed. It does only have a flipper, but the flipper's not giant. Cool looking knife. Then we had the Bestech Kumbu Seraph, which kind of reminded me of the Riots that I saw, like my Riot Zorro. Super cool looking knife also. Again, you're learning my style, the plain titanium, stonewash, bead blast. I like plain Jane look. Which brings me to the Riot. It's kind of similar. I love that blade shape on this Riot. This one is the expensive version because it has the zircotie inlays, but the other one that's not quite as expensive has, a little bit of zirconium inlays with the black. Super cool looking knife. And like I said, these are a little more pricey knives, so I know they're not for everybody. Oh, speaking of which, let me show you that Amazon knife. It's the Sativian ST22. And that's not it. So ST22 154 cm. So here's that knife. It's a 6-inch blade. Super nice looking handle, nice looking blade, good finger choil. Nice sheath, and it's 154 cm. It has a 6.06 inch blade. Handle is 5.43. Overall is 11.5 inches. And there's 30% off right now with this code, so it brings it down to $49. So you cannot beat that. So that that promo code that I posted on the Discord, which I will copy it and throw it into the video chat just so y'all can have it. That's the wrong one. Sorry. That's the one for the knife holder that's $3.49 with the promo code. This one comes down to $49 automatically just with this promo code that's on the screen. But you can't beat that for a six. Ed Fuchs, what's going on, buddy? Can't beat that price for that knife. 154 cm steel for $49. 6-inch blade. 11.5 inches overall. I've got one ordered so I can hopefully get an unboxing out pretty quick. The only one that's out so far is the guy that what's the name of his channel? Yeah, Legion Cool or Legion Tactical.
Legion Tactical Cutlery.
He does a test with it, and he does some great videos on fixed blades. If you haven't subscribed to him, do so. This is my Blade Alchemy account, so I haven't subscribed to a lot of people on my main account. But this is that knife.
And we're going to go back to...
But it does some really good feather sticking. And I'm hoping the 154 CM
locations. So who knows what's out
holds
there,
up.
You know? This is what you need right here.
But for $49, you can't beat it.
I don't know what this is, but it's some tough stuff. Just get rid of this stuff. All right. Let's see if I could do it one more time.
So yeah, $49 knife, can't beat it. 154 cm, 11.5 inches. All right, back to my links again really quick. There was a petrified fish that I really liked. That was a weird little knife. It's called the Hummingbird. It has titanium handles, and it says it has a 1-inch blade. But super different looking knife. $96, titanium. It looks like the blade.
Let's look at something much smaller from the same brand.
It is tiny.
Unusual. This is the Hummingbird frame locking knife from Petrified Fish. About $97 for this. And no, this is not a small bait fish. It may look like you might be able to use it to catch bigger fish. But this is a little bit of a curiosity design. It's a 1-inch blade, or at least from tip to scale here.
Yeah, that's
tip
like
to handle, it's about 1 inch. Sharpened edge is about 2 inches.
Oh, 2 inches?
This is going to be, speaking of sharpening, or sharp, a little tricky to keep this area sharp because the handles, I keep saying scales.
You'd have to take it apart to sharpen
get in the way a little bit. You will have to get a little creative in how you approach a stone or strop or anything with this. So it's a little bit more of a kind of curiosity.
That is a little high.
I don't know if I mentioned that word earlier or not. You do have a milled pocket clip. You do have titanium. You do have a powder metal blade in that M390.
Yeah, it's M390 and
maybe a little trickier to use. Kind of a
yeah. So that's a weird one that I ran across. The next one here was Tommaso Rumici Hero, an M390, 3.5-inch blade. Titanium bolsters, canvas micarta. I thought it looked super comfortable. Italian design. I like the clip on it. I like the micarta a lot. They do offer different versions of it. It looks like it would be very comfortable in
But we
the
do
hand.
have some new versions of the MKM Hero to talk about. Not just this one here with the Sure Touch handles for this change. High flat grind with a stone washed finish that's going to hide scratches from use pretty nicely. Blade is...
So that's the Hero. Let's see. Next was the Blade Runner System, BRS. for M390. So these are the ones I went through that are M390 and titanium on Knife Center that I would prefer out of the newest ones that had come out. That one has a 4.1 inch blade. I love the blade shape on it. The price is fair. It's called the Evolve, I guess. Copish. It is a liner lock. Is it nested liners? Yes. It has nested liners, so you lefties would be okay with it. Thought for, this price is not bad. Yeah, you'd have to disassemble it and clamp it to sharpen it. That one for sure. Let's see, what was next? This CRKT Alan Foltz Obverse M390 with carbon fiber. And a lot of these knives had different versions, but these were the ones that I would prefer. And there's it next to the Ed's. Ed has 3 of those. That guy has 2 of them. But you can kind of tell the size of it. It's a big boy too. 3.36 inch blade. If any of y'all have any of these that I'm going through really quick, let me know. Then I found a Vosteed Dachshund crossbar lock with an M390, 3.25 inch blade. That looked like a little interesting knife. It's got the nice front flipper. M390 blade steel, which as of late has become my favorite, I believe, just for all around reasons. Let's see. I've only got a few more here. Actually, I've got quite a few. QSP, the Capybara. And like I said, these are kind of like dream knives. These are a little more expensive than budget knives. But they are nice knives, that's for sure. Let's see. Next, I had the Pina. This one reminded me of one of the other ones we just looked at, the CRKT, a little bit. We'll go through these kind of fast. That was a Pina X Series Raptor XL. 3.25 doesn't seem like XL to me, but okay. Then we had the Lion Steel under the same vein, M390 2.72 inch blade. That's an integral. That's why it made the list, as a few of the other ones did, because of being integrals. That's a super cool looking knife. None of these are going to be above that $400 mark where I said cut off for production knives. That one was a kind of weird one. It didn't have any kind of... I don't know. I think we'll skip by that one. Now that I look at it again, I don't like it nearly as much. I didn't really like it much when I first saw it. It just happened to be M390 and titanium. There's a Bestech Icarus, and it's bigger than it looks. It's 2.65 inch blade. So that's right there in that middle size. That one looks very comfortable as well. The thumb studs are a little big on that thing. All right, here's the integral, the Integra concept. So there's that one. Let's see. Any more? These Tom Mayo Wingman EDCs, pretty nice. That's about at the top of the line. There's that one and this one. They're both Mayo collabos. I didn't know which version I liked better. I probably like that one better. Mach 3 front flipper. There's what it looks like closed, and it has a top flipper, front flipper, top front flipper. Cool looking little knife though. Does have holes again. A couple more Riots. Let's see. We got a Riot Iron X, and they had a couple of different models of this one. This one was the one I preferred. They all had carbon fiber inlays, but that's a pretty sexy looking little knife. And then the Gents 9, which it's got a 3.3 inch blade, so it's bigger than it looks also. I like the just plain curvy rounded. It looks very comfortable. I like both colors of it. So after Riot, we had a couple more Bestecs. We had the Nuke, which was reminds me of what's that brand? Makes Knock. Yeah, Knock Knives. Kind of reminds me of one of theirs a little bit. Kind of crazy. Blue and black marble carbon fiber inlays. And 2.72 inches, so it's not tiny either. Let's see what it looks like in hand. That finger choil will let you get up on it. We'll get all 4 fingers on it. See if he holds it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. All right. That's cool. That's what I wanted to see. And then the Bestech Nagard, or No Guard, sorry. This one doesn't have a good finger choil, so it's longer knife altogether. It's 3.37. That's a pretty two-tone carbon fiber, though. I will have to say. They both have a weird kind of look when they're closed. They kind of look a little rounded. It's a cool blade shape. These are all M390s. And then there's that one I already showed. So yeah, I just went through and picked some M390 titanium knives that I liked to show today. I didn't get a hold of anybody that really wanted to do some show and tell today. And I didn't want to just show y'all a bunch of my knives again today. Maybe we'll do that next week if nobody wants to show us their collection. TC Blades, I sent you an email. I replied to your email, TC. I don't know if you saw it or not, but I've got that boxed up for your son. And I'm going to send it out on Monday. It's right here, ready to go. Thanks, folks. And I did, if y'all didn't see, I got these titanium practice sheets in. I got 5 of those in. so I can start doing my sticker anno on those. This afternoon I'm going to try to get up and shoot the video of me assembling this new watch. So that'll be fun. I'm going to carry my Griffin Scout again today because it felt really good last night. Love this thing. It's a big beast of a knife. But you can see that fits right in with the style of the ones we were looking at. Big titanium. TC, make sure you check that email. I sent you the tracking number also, or no, I will. I don't know if I sent it, but yeah, I think I did send the tracking number already. And you had mentioned that you didn't care paying for shipping. If you want to, you can. If you don't, I'll still send it. Doesn't matter. It was only $6, so I don't care about $6. But if you feel led to pay that $6 for shipping, you're welcome to. If not, that's cool too. What are y'all gonna get into today? What's the weather like? I know some people had snow. Drummer has some snow this morning. What's going on in y'all's neck of the woods? Oh, for those of you who didn't see earlier, the blue wouldn't cover the brown. I tried over and over again on this micarta. But the black looks way better anyway. And it definitely looks way better than it did in that brown. That brown was really ugly to me. Let's see if I can show you a comparison again. I had it up a minute ago, but so you can see way it looks now compared to the way it did look. So the black turned out way better than the brown. Try to take over the world, Pinky? Yeah, we need to have you on and do some lanyards. Yeah, working 7 days a week can suck, so trying to get half a day off would be nice. But do y'all agree that the black looks way better than the brown? I don't know what just happened with my connection, but we dropped connection there for a second. I apologize for that. I also posted, yeah, we were lagging for a second. I don't know what happened. Got disconnected. Sorry, guys. I don't know. My connection's usually pretty good, but sometimes it just craps out. I'm not convinced that it's not on YouTube's end. I couldn't imagine their servers like trying to stay connected to all these people. Pretty wild thinking about it. I don't know how many millions of channels there are, but anyway, I think I'm going to put these back in my pocket, get on to my Sunday, put this watch together, build this Grand Seiko. And see what the rest of the day has in store. I'm hungry again. That always happens around this time. I usually eat before I go to work, and so It's been about 10 hours since then, so it's about time to start getting hungry again. Fuchs, you have a fantastic day, sir. Y'all have a great day. And either be good or be good at it. We'll see y'all again in the morning. I have some more exciting knife stuff to talk about. Y'all try to think about what you want to contribute and talk about. And yeah, we'll do that again tomorrow. Doc Seuss, Ed, Fuchs, TC Blades, Drummer, all y'all, appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great Sunday afternoon. Don't get into any of the YouTube knife drama or the knife drama in general. Have a peaceful day. Nick, thanks for popping in time to say goodbye. Sorry I'm heading out when you're heading in, but we'll catch you tomorrow morning, and there'll be plenty of days after this. All right, guys. Love y'all. See y'all.